If your relationship is facing difficulties, or as is more probably the case, you're on this page because you've reached a crunch point and you're looking at separation or divorce, you need to know that counselling is going to help you. In this video, I'll explain a bit about how couples counselling works and give you some idea of how long it takes and how much to budget. Firstly, it's called couples counselling, not marriage guidance, for two reasons. Obviously, not all couples seeking help are necessarily married. Some are cohabiting couples. I quite often see same-sex couples and couples who may live apart but do have a committed relationship. Secondly, I don't do guidance. What I do is use my training as a therapist to help the two of you explain why you're unhappy and to help you both work out what needs to change in the relationship to better meet your needs. And then we explore if there's motivation between the two of you to actually achieve that. In couples counselling, you'll have the chance to talk about the aspects of the relationship that aren't working for you in the safe space of the therapy room, free from the risk of escalating conflict that generally happens when people try and discuss things at home. We don't have rows in the therapy room. We talk about things in sane and rational ways. And my job is to facilitate that discussion and to help both of you. A successful relationship is one that meets the needs of both people. That said, it's always been the case that couples in longer-term relationships will have to work through periods of unhappiness and disappointment with one another. But the key is to do this respectfully, and the benefit of counselling is you'll gain additional tools and skills to better manage conflict both now and in the future, and learn to communicate your needs more effectively. An important part of my job as a therapist is to identify the patterns of behaviour that are most destructive to the relationship and to help you as a couple work out solutions to change this. Couples counselling using a cognitive behavioural model is very time and cost efficient. Most of the couples I see will have achieved sufficient insight or change in typically 6 to maybe 8 sessions to reach some form of resolution. That work might be spread over maybe 2 to 3 months, and there are exceptions, but that's an average typical of most of the work that I do with couples. You'll find some really useful resources on the website, so please take time to have a look at them. If you're ready to book a session, my contact details are coming up now.